3, 2, 1, and that's it. Welcome on board wherever you are in the world watching me. I can't say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or even good night. I just say sporty greetings because I know we are all in different time zones all over the world. Shout out to you guys wherever you're watching me from. You know, I have been getting so much questions. When are you going to talk about the Premier League? Don't you talk about the Premier League? And so, what's that about today? Week 12 really got us talking. You know, Nottingham Forest recorded a statement win over Liverpool. So it's 6 Premier League defeats for Liverpool this season. We've only played 12 matches. So what's going on with Anfield? Where's the magic that we saw last season that gave Liverpool the league title? And now the situation is red. How can Liverpool get out of this one? It's looking really tough for the Red Devils. So we will talk about that one tonight on the show. Yeah, tonight because I'm in the United Kingdom and it's 23:02. That's 11:02 p.m. So when you get into the room, you know the drill here. Just tell me where you're watching me from, and if you love the Premier League, get in here. Chelsea fans, get in here. Manchester United fans, let's talk. Manchester City fans, let's talk. Liverpool, what's going on with Liverpool? So the question out there now is this Arsenal's title to lose? Is it clear now? Because Arsenal fans will go, oh, no way, it's not. They're trying to play it down. But we see Liverpool not giving us the sort of performance we saw last season. Manchester City also lost today at Newcastle. Newcastle really needed to, win that game to gain some level of momentum. What a moment for Harvey Barnes. And of course, for Eddie Howe, he's been trying to beat Manchester City in 19 attempts. Finally, he did it. I keep telling you now, world of sports, impossible is nothing. So let that motivate somebody today. Shout out to everyone joining me on TikTok. I see you guys. If you love the Premier League, what got you talking after Saturday's round of matches with 12 of the Premier League? The biggest result for me, I will not lie, I can't even scream it. Nottingham Forest, what a story. Going over there to stun Liverpool at Anfield. Tell Liverpool, look, we're not joking. Sean Dyche, what a manager, So guys, I want us to do this one together. If I see fans of Liverpool, I will be so delighted. So Liverpool fans, if you're watching me wherever you are, get in here. I will drop the link now. I want to speak to Liverpool fans. I'm asking that question. Why is Liverpool struggling? What's going on? We saw big signings. Why are they not clicking? Where is the magic that Arne Slot showed us last season? So much to talk about tonight in the Premier League, and I cannot wait to do that, to have that conversation with you. So on TikTok, welcome. So I'm just rocking and rolling with 2 platforms tonight, TikTok and YouTube. So let's do it together. Let me bring up the results that really got everybody talking today. And then we'll listen to Virgil van Dijk, who seemed to be taking responsibility. And I said, no, Virgil, it's not you. It's Arne Slot. What's going on with Arne Slot? We saw loads of magic last time out. Where did it go, So yeah, the results, scrolling, see right there, big win for Chelsea also. Chelsea fans, get in here. Let's also have that conversation. Burnley 0, Chelsea 2. AFC Bournemouth played 2-2 with West Ham. What a comeback for Bournemouth. I thought West Ham did enough. Beautiful goals, by the way, from Callum Wilson, but West Ham didn't do enough to, protect those goals. And that put it in caps. Liverpool 0, Nottingham Forest 3. Big win also for Newcastle, beating Manchester City by 2-1. So basically, that's the biggest result of the day. Liverpool, being embarrassed right there at Anfield by Nottingham Forest. The home team took the lead through Murillo. What a goal in the 33rd minute. At the start of the second half, Savona doubled the score for Sean Dyche's team. Gibbs White sealed the victory with a 3rd goal in the 78th minute, just when Liverpool thought that they could start, looking for a way back into it. It didn't happen. So that defeat dropped Liverpool to 11th place with just 18 points, 12 matches, while Nottingham Forest climbs to 16th position on the log with 12 points. I already told you that Newcastle did the job over Manchester City. A winger, Harvey Barnes, scored 2 goals in 7 minutes. Was drama pure chaos right there in Newcastle. Woo! But I listened to Pep Guardiola, and he's got some words for. Well, he tried not to talk to the referees, but he wasn't happy with the officiating. Whatever happened with that second goal, our Pep is saying, "Look, we suffer these things all the time." And look, I don't know how to talk to coaches when their teams don't win, because when they win, they don't say anything, and when they lose, they want us to sympathize with them. So that's the story right there. Harvey Barnes doing just enough to ensure that Newcastle get that win and get back to reckoning. I've said that win is good enough to build some level of momentum for Eddie Howe's team. In other matches, Crystal Palace won 2-0 against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Wanderers. Brighton triumphed 2-1 over Brentford. Fulham picked up a narrow win over Sunderland. Why I told you Bournemouth and West Ham, they drew 2-2. So that leaves tomorrow North London derby. Arsenal taking on Tottenham Hotspur. Woo! Gunners lead the standings with 26 points, 4 ahead of fourth place City, who played a game more. Newcastle are 14th on the log, 15 points. Where are you watching me from? I want fans of Manchester United in here. I see you guys getting into the conversation, but is this French? English, please. Let's speak some English language in here. I'll try to get out Pep Guardiola. I see you, okay. 417, thank you so much for joining. I want fans of Liverpool. I want to speak to fans of Liverpool tonight on this live stream. Wherever you are, fans of Liverpool. If you have a friend that supports Liverpool, a family member, go tell them that Austin wants to speak to you guys. Fans of Liverpool, let's talk. What's going on with your team? Where's the magic that we saw last season? None of the money spent on top players. Why are they not clicking? Why are they not gelling? I want to have that conversation with Liverpool fans tonight. If you know them, please tell them to get in here. Let's talk about week 12 of the, I was about to say Nigeria. God save me with the Premier League. Let's talk about week 12 of the English Premier League. That one definitely really got us talking, so I want to have that conversation. Give me a minute. Let me try to bring up that video of Pep Guardiola and of course Virgil van Dijk. Your reactions right after the match. Really, Pep Guardiola just straightforward say, look, these things go wrong all the time with referees, but hey, what do I say? You said something, Pep. You did, you weren't happy, but I don't know. When coaches come out and make it look like they're being robbed all the time. Nah, not doing that. But if you're just joining, welcome. I see you guys on TikTok. Let's talk about week 12 of the English Premier League. Big win for Nottingham Forest at Anfield. Who saw that coming? Nobody. You cannot tell me that you saw Nottingham Forest beating Liverpool 3-0, particularly with all of the struggles that Liverpool seem to have been trying to overcome just before that fixture. And then they dropped 3-0 at Anfield. Nah, you can't tell me you saw it. You didn't see it. Nobody saw it. Nobody saw that result coming. That's what football is. Unpredictable. If you're watching me, tell me where you're watching it from. I want to know. On TikTok, where you're watching from. On YouTube, where you're watching from. I want to know where my fans are coming from. So I will know the sort of conversation that we're going to be having tonight on this live stream. Let me see if this will bring up the result, everything I've been talking about. Yeah, that's it right there. I told you Chelsea, the Blues did just enough. Going away from home to pick a vital 2-0 win over Burnley. AFC Bournemouth, they had to fight back. Right after West Ham scored 2 beautiful goals through Callum Wilson. Brighton over Albion did just enough to beat Brentford 2-1. Fulham had a narrow win over Sunderland and ended 1-0. Liverpool 0. Nottingham Forest 3. Can you believe it? Football crazy. Wolverhampton Wanderers lost at home to Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace, by the way, having a good season. Newcastle, I said, did just enough to gain some momentum with that 2-1 win over Manchester City. I'll still play you that post-match reaction from Virgil van Dijk and Pep Guardiola, so hang in here with me. Hang in here. I'm not leaving yet. I just want you to see the goal scorers. That game, Chelsea beating Burnley, Pedro Neto with the first goal in the 37th minute for Chelsea. Enzo Fernandez ensured that the game was within the reach of Burnley in the 88th minute, scoring that vital goal for Chelsea. I told you this story. It was an early goal from Callum Wilson. I loved that goal so much. First goal he scored. And then he went on to double it in the 35th minute. But second half, Bournemouth started fighting. They started pushing. 69th minute, they got a penalty, converted it. The 81st minute, Unai scored the equalizer to ensure that Bournemouth don't lose that game at home to West Ham. Brighton did just enough to beat Brentford 2-1. Danny Welbeck, who is also pleased with Danny Welbeck and the form that he's showing, because you never expect the sort of football he's playing with Brighton at the moment. At some point, we all thought that it was done and dusted for Welbeck, but I think he's game after game, Welbeck is showing that he can actually get into the conversation. Yeah, scoring that decisive equalizer, and then they went on to win it in the 84th minute with that go through in Sherwood. Jimenez got the only goal for Fulham as they defeated Sunderland by a single goal. Let's get more goal scorers in here so you get to know what went down today. Game between Liverpool and Nottingham Forest. I can't stop talking about the results. Really, the 33rd minute, open scoring for Nottingham Forest. Savona doubled it in the 46th minute. That's just at the start of second half. They didn't even give Liverpool some time to breathe. And then Gibbs White in the 78th minute. Okay. You know that's hammer feet. Pam, pam, pam. Liverpool, down you go. And that was it. Wolverhampton Wanderers lost at home to Crystal Palace. Munoz with the first goal in the 63rd minute. And 6 minutes later, Pino doubled it for Crystal Palace. Newcastle, I told you, Harvey Barnes was the hero. Brace in that game against Manchester City. Two or three goals in about 7 minutes, yeah. Ruben Diaz brought Manchester City back into it. But in the 70th minute, that confusion that happened that led to the goal was more than enough for Newcastle to grab the win right there in St. James's Park. This is what the table looks like. That's the table right there. Arsenal fans, can we say it now safely that Arsenal can go on to win this league title? Is it Arsenal's league title to lose? That's another conversation that we can have. It's looking like the Gunners can get into that form. Look at the win for Arsenal. They're on fire. Chelsea now second on the log with 23 points. Arsenal, of course, tops the table with 26 points. They have an outstanding game to play tomorrow. North London derby against Tottenham Hotspur. Manchester City dropped to third on the log with 22 points. Crystal Palace did more than enough to ensure that they stay in the top four. They're fourth on the log with 20 points. So there you have it. I'm sure you're looking for Liverpool now. Look at them right there. 11th position. 6 wins, 6 losses for Arne Slot's team. And that's why I'm asking the question, what's the problem? Why is Liverpool struggling? Can anybody explain why Liverpool is struggling? What is really the problem? Because, I mean, with everything that we saw last season, I was so sure that, look, Liverpool, the least that they can do to sustain the momentum is get us talking once again. Because they play beautiful football. And that's why when people try to talk like they know football, I say, hey, calm down. You can't come out here and act like you know football. Because when you want to act like you know football, you get stunned. So who can tell me what is wrong with Liverpool? Please drop comments. I want to know, what is the problem with Liverpool? We saw good signings. They look like they were the team that will come, smash everybody, sustain that momentum. See me stretching my neck. I want to see what's going on TikTok. TikTok people, what's the problem with Liverpool? YouTube, what can Liverpool do to get back? Why is the team struggling? Because today's game against Nottingham Forest, nobody Nobody would have thought. At the time, Nottingham Forest were not even in the conversation for this one, because everyone thought, oh, Liverpool is going to use this game to get back winning ways, pick their form again. 6 defeats in the Premier League, and it's only week 12. Something is wrong. I want to know what is wrong with Liverpool. Waiting for my people to get in here. Big fan of the English Premier League. Now you guys say, us to talk about Premier League, talk about Premier League. Now I want to talk about the Premier League. But I'm waiting for that video to land. I want to listen to Pep Guardiola, and then we'll use that to form basis of our conversation. Yeah, because Pep had some things to say to the organization. So that's why I'm working. See if just do it. Trying to get Pep Guardiola in here. So Saturday's results with 12 of the English Premier League. That's what I'm trying to break down for you guys today. Henry, H-Down Henry, good to have you. Henry, what team do you support? Football is what it is. Football is what it is. Henry, that didn't land. What are you trying to say? Yeah. Football is so unpredictable. So Arsenal fans, what sort of match should we be expecting tomorrow at the Emirates Stadium? Arsenal versus Nottingham. I can't get Nottingham Forest out of my head. Arsenal versus Tottenham Hotspur. North London derby. Arsenal with the momentum. But Tottenham not doing badly. They are 8th on the log. I think Thomas Frank is up to something nice at White Hart Lane. If only they will not put him under pressure. If only he can keep the players, in tune, play with a unity of purpose. I think Tottenham can actually get us talking this season also. But Arsenal at the moment, they look unbeatable. The Gunners look good. They have good squad depth now. Unlike before, 2-3 players just need to get injured. Let's say Gabriel gets injured, Odegaard gets injured, and Bukayo Saka, and Arsenal starts struggling. But this season, we have seen it. Mikel Arteta has done just enough to consolidate, to make that team look solid. And now the Gunners are doing just fine. Then again, I looked at that game against Sunderland. Like, Arsenal should be doing just enough to win that match, but it didn't happen. Yeah, so. Oh, you support Gala and Chelsea, okay. Big win for Chelsea today. Going away to Burnley to win. A good one for the Blues. So let's see if they can, sustain that and keep their season going. I can guess you're supporting Galatasaray because of Victor Osimhen. No problem. I like that. Henry, what is the problem with Liverpool? Why do you think Liverpool is struggling? Why is Liverpool struggling? I want to understand why Liverpool is struggling. That's the question I'm asking. So if you can tell me why Liverpool is struggling, trying to get Pep in here, the meetings. I want to listen to Pep. He had a lot to say right after. So Pep, minutes, Pep. So if you're just joining the live stream, tell me where you're watching from. I also want to know what club you support in the Premier League, the English Premier League, yeah. To know the club support, so we can have that conversation. I want to make this about 30 minutes, yeah, and then we'll get out of it. I also need to talk about the CAF Champions League, Rivers United with their first defeat at Pyramids. I want to just get this Premier League talk out of the way. Henry, what do you think is the problem with Liverpool? Why is Liverpool struggling? That's the question I'm asking. Let me put that right in. So that you guys know, why is Liverpool struggling? Because I thought they did just enough. I think they have a very good squad. I think they bought good players. Could it be psychological? God bless his soul. They lost Diego Jota. He was a pivotal member of the team. Trent Alexander-Arnold left to Real Madrid. But is that enough for Liverpool to be struggling? Same Liverpool that we know, with all of the players that they have. Arne Slot with the same magic that he showed us last time. What is now the problem? I want to know what's up with Liverpool. Yeah, I'm trying to bring out. Yeah, welcome, guys. Yeah, I said football is the answer. Football has changed. No more walkover game. I totally agree with you. No more walkover game or names. Come and play is the game now. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm just looking at the lineup, the starting lineup for Liverpool in that match against Nottingham Forest. Alisson in goal. Szoboszlai right there in defense. They have Ibrahima Konate, Virgil van Dijk. Kekes was right there. Curtis Jones in midfield. Gravenberch was there. Alexis McAllister was there. Mohamed Salah, Alexander Isak, Cody Gakpo. This is a winning team already. This is not the sort of team that should be losing 3-0 to Nottingham Forest. Lowly rated Nottingham Forest. No, not last season by the way, but what we have seen this season, at the time that we have played only 11 matches, there is no way anyone will come out and say they expected Nottingham Forest to beat Liverpool right there at Anfield. Yes, the Reds, they've been poor, but you expect this sort of game that they can actually use it to bounce back. But it didn't happen. Try to bring in my Pep in here because I want you guys to listen to Pep to understand how it is with officials, particularly when their team isn't winning. Newcastle today did just enough to beat Manchester City 2-1. I thought it was a beautiful game of football. I thought it was competitive. You know, there was so much in that one for both sides. Manchester City, I remember listening to Pep saying the season starts now, that they've just been playing, and then now he wants to see what his team can do, that this is the actual competition. And I said, yeah, he needed to say that to boost the confidence of his team. But then they went to St. James's Park and it didn't just happen. Football said no. And I totally agree with you, Henry. Big names don't play football anymore. You need to show up. You need to show up. Otherwise, start asking questions. So just in case you missed it, Saturday results in the English Premier League. That's it right there. Which of the results got you talking? What am I talking about? Nottingham Forest going to Anfield to stop, to disgrace, to embarrass Liverpool by 3-0. 3 unreplied goals, guys. Can you believe it? I say, yeah, that's football for you. You blink, you start asking questions. So I want to bring those interviews and then we'll react to them. And then I'll read more comments. Who's watching me on TikTok? Shout out to everyone joining. Ogechuku, I see you on TikTok. I see everyone. Broca, I see you on TikTok. Let's not forget to keep the page active so we don't lose it, because that's the problem I have with TikTok. When the page isn't active, it just goes off. So shout out to everyone joining. Tell me, what Premier League team do you support? Let's start from there. What Premier League team do you support? And let me know where you're watching us from. I love it when my fans come from all over the world. I started the show with my Moroccan people. They were speaking what I couldn't understand, but it's all love, you know. If we're watching the game and there's a goal, they will shout goal, and that's what matters. Yep. Let me bring Virgil van Dijk, since we're talking about what happened today with Liverpool and Nottingham Forest. And then right after that, we'll listen to Pep Guardiola. But are there fans of Arsenal in here? I want to speak to Arsenal fans. Why is it that every time this season, they say the title is Arsenal's to lose, Arsenal fans don't like it? Is that their own way of taking pressure off? Because I think Arsenal has done just enough for people to start even giving them the title, but they don't want it. Harry, do you know why? Why are Arsenal fans scared of saying they can go on to win this league title? Because yeah, the other guys have shown that they don't want it. So why can't Arsenal just, proclaim it and then jump into it? and see if they can win the league title. Are they trying to get themselves out of some pressure? But Arteta doesn't have any excuse anymore. He's got a good team. I think they've built good momentum. They've recorded interesting results this season. So I think Arsenal can do just enough to go on to win the league title. But hey, they don't want to hear. That's one thing Arsenal fans don't want to hear. So Liverpool lost at home today to Nottingham Forest. It's a statement win for Nottingham Forest. So let's see. Jamel, thank you. I got your message. You support Manchester United? Thank you so much. Manchester United, I'll get into that one also. But let's listen to Virgil van Dijk. This is what he had to say right after that disappointing result against Nottingham Forest.
Half an hour we were good, created good opportunities. They scored, obviously, on a set piece again. That you can ask yourself if it was in front of Alisson, but it counted, so you 1-0 down. And I think overall, I think we were just not good. Good in terms of the battles, the challenges, the second ball fight, too rushed. So it's a very, very difficult situation at the moment. But it was a tough day. Well, there's nervousness, I think, after we conceded, but not during that particular moment. I think you sense that you want to rush things after we conceded, trying to find the equalizer as soon as possible, and obviously
Can you hear
it's human when you're in a difficult moment. But yeah, I don't think there is nervousness before a set piece. I think we cleared the ones before. In the end, obviously, like I said, we're just in a very, very difficult moment and we have to get out of it. But you don't get out of it by just speaking about it. And like I said many times, I'm obviously here speaking to you guys because I have to.
Stanley, can you hear Virgil van Dijk? Can you hear him speaking?
That will take a lot of hard work by that.
I just want to be sure.
Yeah, it's definitely a problem, and obviously, like you said, we take responsibility. But I think everyone in the team, not only the starters but the guys around as well, have to take responsibility as well, because football is a team game. We all do it together, and we need everyone at their best. And in order to win games, you have to take responsibility. That's what I've mentioned as well. And now you have to, you have to digest this, take it on the chin, and work harder. And obviously, I've been saying it quite a lot already this season, and it's not been working out so far. But we have to keep going.
Yeah, so that's Liverpool's captain, Virgil van Dijk, taking responsibility for that defeat to Nottingham Forest. I said, Virgil, no, it's not you. It should be Ancelot. It's just something missing. Could it be the mentality? Is it? I don't understand what is really wrong with Liverpool. But I know the club, they've gone through so much, right from when they lost Jota and the new players coming in. But with the kind of players that they signed, I was expecting that, look, it will also even make the team better, because that was a good way to consolidate. But it's not just happening. 6 defeats already for Liverpool after 12 matches. Stanley says Arsenal will not win the EPL. We'll see. We will see. Arsenal fans, that's a good challenge right there. So Arsenal will not win the English Premier League title. But the Gunners, they are also staying humble. They are not rushing it. They're saying, okay, people are putting it on us, but we will come when we are ready. Those Arsenal fans, they don't like saying, that they can go on to win the title. But I think at the moment, Arsenal has the best team in the Premier League. No cap. They have the best team. I think they're well-rounded. I think they understand what it means to play as a team. I think they kind of look like they have gelled also. So Arsenal is the team to actually beat at the moment in the Premier League. Yeah, so that's it. That was Virgil van Dijk right after the match against Nottingham Forest. Another big game that went down today, Newcastle versus Manchester City. That was also a match that was going to test Pep Guardiola's team. And for Eddie Howe, he's been looking for a win over Manchester City. This was his 19th attempt And he got it. Tells you that impossible is nothing. Harvey Barnes became the first Newcastle player after Alan Shearer, I think in 2003, to score 2 goals against Manchester City. Can you believe it? Guess what Pep Guardiola had to say right after the match.
We wanted, making a step like we have done in the last 2 months, but yeah, as international break always, you see what happened. It's not an easy place to come after international break, but long way to go.
Do you think your team maybe got too emotionally involved in the second half?
No, there's no emotion, so it happened. He believed, when he goes there and touches the ball, it's in a stable, it's not fault, and the last action, 95 minutes, to central defenders for the ball is fault. So, what can I say? So, Tijo will learn and happen, and the last 5 questions about the referees and about the action, so ask to the referees, right? So, it's not the person. I didn't see the images yet, and nothing is going to change. And I'm not a guy like. So I played 2 finals, FA Cup finals against United and against Crystal Palace, and oh my God, did I say something? Nothing. So it's what it is, and I lost. So we lost. So, and what I've done first on behalf of my club is congratulate United, congratulate Crystal Palace. So, I'm not going here to talk about the referee, it's gone. So talk individual, so hard, but I didn't come here and blame and what happened. They don't believe it's fault, it's not fault, it's fine. It didn't happen in Bournemouth, it's normal not happen today. So that's all.
Yeah, that was Pep Guardiola right there. You could tell he did so well to, control it, but man wasn't happy with how, that second goal happened and all of that. But he said he's proud of his team, that there is no disappointment, So Pep Guardiola and this Manchester City team, they need to prove to us that they can be better than what we saw last season. I also think that's a very good team right there. Stanley, that comment really cracked me up. I think they have a good team. Looking at Manchester City right there, 3rd on the log. Just with about 2 or 4 losses this season already. 4. Ooh. So, yeah, I agree that Pep will do a lot of explanations. But, hey, he said it that the season has just started for him and his team, that they're trying to, sustain the momentum that they built before the international break. But, hey, here we are now. After the international break, some teams seem to struggle. So one more time, the Premier League table, Arsenal against Tottenham. Will definitely get us talking. It's the North London derby. I'm just 20 minutes away from the Emirates Stadium, trying to see if I can pop into it to watch that one tomorrow from less busy stand. Pep will explain. Let me take Rishan France. So we're going to break the Chelsea 15 goals record. We'll see if you guys can do it. Arsenal fans now have the bragging rights. I understand. Stanley, Pep will explain tired this season. Oh, Rishan, I'm sure you loved what you saw when I brought up the table. Yeah, say, oh, look who on top. Arsenal, we just so Arsenal with just 1 loss, and then you shave your head, if Spurs wins. It's the North London derby, you know how it goes, and this is a new Tottenham side, under a new manager who's trying to build something, so they're staying humble. You never know. This is football where anything can happen. I'm sure you were expecting Arsenal to beat Sunderland, but you see, it still didn't happen because with football, it can go anywhere. Anything can happen. So Arsenal fans, stay humble. You never know, but yeah, I totally agree that at the moment you guys have the bragging rights. And I said it earlier that Arsenal seem to be the club that have shown that they can play as a team. They're getting to understand themselves. They look good, and the squad depth is also, something remarkable. We've not really seen that from Arsenal. So they really, went all out to make sure that they have a strong team. So Pep does not, Mikel Arteta does not have any excuse Arsenal fans, if Mikel Arteta don't win anything this season, do you think they should keep him? Should they keep Mikel Arteta if he doesn't win a trophy this season? Do you think Arsenal can end this season without a trophy? Because last season I thought they also had a decent team, but they didn't win anything. That's the problem with Arsenal. So that's why I'm saying you guys should calm down. This is just week 12, but hey, the signs look good for the Gunners, but they need to stay humble. And I think they also need to keep the focus that they built so they can actually go all the way. Yeah. So that's it. I'm not getting the sort of comments that I want to keep it going. TikTok, what are you guys saying? Everyone seems to, be quiet. What's going on? It's like I have a lot of Liverpool fans in here. Liverpool fans, talk to me. Why is Liverpool struggling? Let's have that conversation, Liverpool fans. And if you even want to come on, please, I'd like to bring up Liverpool fans. I'll speak to them tonight. I just really want to know why Liverpool is struggling. Look at these stats that I saw on the BBC. Joint heaviest home defeat in the Premier League. Liverpool. Same Liverpool that got us talking last season. That's why you see, when you think that you know football, football stuns you. That's the problem. Yeah, so just in case you missed it, a quick look at the results again. Big win for Chelsea at Burnley. AFC Bournemouth and West Ham played 2-2. Brighton 2. Brentford 1. Fulham with a narrow win over Sunderland. Liverpool, they had to ride that in caps. Lost at Anfield to Nottingham Forest, 3-0. Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. Crystal Palace 2. Newcastle 2. Manchester City 1. Saturday's results, week 12 of the English Premier League. Let me take more comments and then I'll think about leaving, and I'll see you guys later where I come talk about the CAF Champions League, because Rivers United, a Nigerian team, is busy with that one also. Yeah, that's Rishan agreeing with me. Yeah, Thomas Frank, I think he's got some tactical discipline going on with this Tottenham team. So Arsenal, be careful. You cannot afford to be complacent. Arsenal cannot afford to underrate this Thomas Frank's team. I think they are a good side. I've watched them this season, and they can actually play football when they want to play football. So we'll see. Thank you for agreeing with me on that. Stanley, Chelsea will shock everyone this season. We'll see. Rishan, I think Mikel should stay, but I think we should win something, even if it's a Carabao Cup. Arsenal must lift the trophy this season. I tell you, if they don't, out Mikel Arteta. Rishan, Liverpool spends $500 million. If they fall, they will fall hard because they won't be able to spend for a long time. Exactly. Yeah, that's it. I understand why Arsenal was a bit laid back with spending, but now in the last 2-3 seasons, they've given Mikel Arteta everything that he wants. They've signed players, so no more excuses. Anyone that believes Arsenal will win the EPL title is like saying Nigeria will win the World Cup. What are you saying? Nigeria can win the World Cup? It's football where anything can happen. Saudi Arabia beat Argentina at the last World Cup, but Argentina went on to win it. But it's on record that Saudi Arabia defeated Argentina, so it's football. But yeah, I thought I should jump into the conversation with 12 of the English Premier League Saturday results. Which of them really got you talking? For me, it was Liverpool losing at home to Nottingham Forest. The Reds, they were disgraced, embarrassed, they were shattered, battered. Good win for Sean Dyche and Nottingham Forest. They can build on that momentum. Same thing with Eddie Howe and his Newcastle team. Good win over Manchester City. I thought Bournemouth also did just enough to come back against West Ham. That's the Premier League for you. I still think these are early days, but hey, there are signs that shows teams that are actually busy and want to win something this season. So I'll leave it. I'll let this video to drop. You can go back, watch it. It's just the result. But I'll do the watch along tomorrow if I'm home. I'll do the watch along. Arsenal versus Tottenham Hotspur. That will be a big game, Peter, Isak don't turn to Isak. You guys calm down. You guys calm down. That's it for the banter, I'm football fans. Yeah. Rishan, I remember the interview Nigeria coach said Congo did voodoo. Yeah, I said it. That failure is like an attack. It just goes into your head and then it sits on your mind So yeah, Coach Eric Shell was suffering that failure at that, so he didn't know what he was saying. Peter, this really cracks me up. See, Isaac don't touch it. There's still so much football to be played. So Isaac might eventually come good, you know. When big players, you know, join a new team, is it that they struggle and then later they pick their form? Your career doesn't really even give us now what we know him for, you know. So he's still also trying to get into it. That's football. So guys, that's about it. Let's keep this conversation going. I'm going to drop the video. Let's light up the comment section. I'll be there to, you know, also, you know, keep it going. I'll be back again. Can Arsenal beat Tottenham? Can Tottenham stun Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium? Can the Gunners keep the momentum going to win this league title? Because everyone says it's Arsenal's title to lose. What do you think? Let's keep that conversation going. I'll see you around the game. That's it.